Hello and welcome to this instructional video for using the Siemens DCA Vantage. The DCA Vantage is a semi-automated benchtop system and is designed to quantitatively measure the percent of hemoglobin A1C in blood. This video will cover components, calibration, sample analysis, controls, and instrument upkeep. Firstly, let's get familiar with the components of the Vantage. On the front, we have the onboard barcode reader, the printer on top, the display screen, and the reagent cartridge compartment. On the back, there are connections for LIS data export, the power switch on the bottom, and the power cord next to it. Next, let's talk about calibration. The DCA Vantage system is calibrated every time the calibration card is scanned. Scan the calibration barcode before using the reagent cartridges, as each calibration is for a different lot. Now let's get started on sample analysis. Scan the HbA1c calibration card rear barcode from top to bottom past the dot on the onboard barcode reader. An audible beep and notification will appear on the display screen after a successful scan, and press OK to accept. Next, open the reagent cartridge package and set to one side. Open the sample capillary packaging by peeling the cover off, careful not to press on the middle of the capillary as it may snap. Use anticoagulated sample and invert multiple times before using the blood in the lid to fill the sample capillary. Use a tissue to wipe the outside of the capillary of excess blood. Orienting the upper curved edge of the capillary outwards, snap the capillary into the reagent cartridge. Scan the reagent cartridge and capillary tube assembly in the onboard barcode reader. Now enter the access code using the display screen, either with your finger or with a stylus. The access code will be an individual code for each user that will be set up in advance. Once the access code is accepted, insert the reagent cartridge into the reagent cartridge compartment with the barcode facing to the right until an audible click is heard. Holding the edges of the cartridge firmly, pull the foil tab out of the reagent cartridge and close the reagent cartridge compartment door. The Vantage will now prompt you to add the minimum requirements for patient details, including patient ID, last name, first name, and any comments you may like to include. Once the fields with asterisks have been filled, hit OK to accept and wait for the countdown timer to finish to read the results display. If you require a printed copy of the results, hit the print key. Hit the send key to digitally export the result to the LIS. Once you have the results, hit the next key, and the display will prompt you to remove the reagent cartridge. Do this by pressing the white button on the right of the cartridge tab, and gently pushing the cartridge to the right while simultaneously pulling it out to disengage the clip. Close the door and you're done! To ensure the sample result is accurate, normal and abnormal controls need to also be run. The procedure for running controls is the same as patient samples. Before running controls, the control card barcode for the control that you intend on loading needs to be scanned, so that Vantage recognises and calculates the acceptance criteria for the correct control lot number. Lastly, we would like to include a few instructions to address common issues that may arise during analysis. 1. Barcode cannot be read by the onboard barcode reader. The barcode reader window may be dirty and can be wiped clean using a lint-free cloth with water or ethanol. If difficulties in scanning are persistent, consider installing an external barcode reading wand which may help. 2. Onboard printer is not working. If there's a paper jam or if there's no paper left on the roll, please follow these steps. Use the tab to lift the cover off. Locate the printer paper release lever. Pinch and lift the front of the lever to raise the paper guide. Lift the paper feeder up. Push the plastic paper cover down. Carefully pull the paper through the printer. Remove the paper roll and remaining paper on the roll. Obtain a new paper roll. Unroll sufficient paper to feed the printer. Hold the roll just above the printer with the paper unrolling from underneath. Push the paper gently through the roller at the back of the printer. Load the paper into the paper feeder. Push the plastic tab to cover the paper. Pull the paper feeder down. Pinch and push down on the grey paper release lever to hold the paper in place. Load the paper into the paper slot on the cover and close the cover. Thank you for watching this instructional video for using the Siemens DCA Vantage.